Are we live? I think we're live. It used to make me... We're live. It used to make me launch from my streaming software and then start it on YouTube, so I never know. I never know if I'm live when I hit it from OBS, for those familiar with the software. But what's up, everybody? We got a heck of a game tonight, man. Vikes, Bolts. Crisp already coming in with the first super chat of the night. Thank you, Crisp. Let's have some fun, guys. Just cracked a little Paulaner in honor of our German viewers. Let's see, what percentage? Let me check my analytics. What percentage of my audience is German at this point in time? Let's see, audience. Used to be at the top of this. Now it's actually gone down. Germany, where you at? You're leaving me. 1.8% for Germany. I swear it was at 3%. Patrick, also thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. So, should be a fun matchup, man. I'm picking the Chargers tonight. I actually, for those that follow along to my Patreon picks and get the exclusive content there, I actually bet on the Chargers tonight to cover a 3-point spread. I think that they have the big advantage with their wide receivers going up against this Vikings secondary that's really struggled. You've got Justin Herbert, I think, is one of the select 5 or so quarterbacks in the league that I do trust at like beating the blitz, recognizing the blitz. That's obviously what makes, when the Vikings defense is at their best, that's what they're doing. They're bringing the heat. And the last time Herbert played the Vikes was 2023, the first year when Flores was there, and Herbert picked him apart. You also have Joe Alt making his return tonight. Should be big to hopefully neutralize Jonathan Grenard. And if you can neutralize Jonathan Grenard and beat the blitz, this Vikings defense is extremely beatable. So I like the Chargers having a good night tonight. Vikings run defense has also been suspect. They were better last week, but it came at the cost of completely opening up things in the secondary against the Eagles. I don't think that'll be the same approach this week. So there's that. And then also, like, Brian O'Neill is out. Khalil Mack should be closer to getting 100% snaps. And I don't think the Chargers is going to give up 38 points like they did last week against the Colts. So I'm going Chargers tonight, but should be a good one. I picked it 27-23. So still a good game, but I've got the Chargers covering. Les Colors with the super chat. What's my favorite bar in Minneapolis? So I would say if we're going out boozing and we want to play some darts, have some fun, I think Basement Bar in North Loop is really fun. That's one of my favorites. Northeast has a bunch of really cool bars. But I just always have to shout out Parlor Burger, also in the North Loop. Best burger you'll ever have. If you like Culver's cheeseburgers, just take that and then imagine you have like a world-renowned chef try to replicate a Culver's burger. Ooh, we got a return here. Miles Price takes it to the 45, but of course there is a flag. All right, I'm just trying to get this camera in the right spot here with my makeshift copyright-free score bug. It's pretty damn solid, I would say. It's a little sideways. Here, just bear with me here. We got that. And then I can move it down a little bit. That way you guys can get synced up with me on everything. Ben said, are you watching the game via the All-22 angle that Amazon Prime offers? I am planning on it. The only thing I guess, hold on, sorry. As you can see right there. The only thing is our Amazon Prime login is through Anna's email. And I actually got to kind of, I might have to make some adjustments as we go through this broadcast, but our Amazon Prime login is hers. She's on a 24-hour shift at the hospital right now, so I can't log into Amazon Prime right now to get the all 22 version. I'm actually watching the free Twitch stream right now to get the game until I hopefully hear from Anna and I can log in and get the all 22, which is big because I want to be able to go back and see what happens. So hopefully we hear from Anna soon so I can get logged into my Amazon Prime. But here we go. We got a 2nd and 10. And they're going to go run. Aaron Jones gets stuffed. So a good start for the Chargers defense. Bouncing back early. Don't want to speak too soon for them, but last week was one of the worst defensive performances of the year. The Colts had whatever they wanted against this Chargers defense. Brandon says Twitch does have the all 22 broadcast. That's good to know. I can pull that up. So big 3rd and 10. Wentz gets blasted while he lets it go, but he completes it. Sheesh. Vikes catch a break on that one. It was a good thought from Wentz. The thought was so good that it was still completed despite him getting blasted. Sitting down right in the middle of that classic Chargers zone defense. It's a very good decision. And, man, big 3rd down conversion for the Vikes. Man, Jordan Mason has been, he just ran the ball for like 2 yards right there. He's been a little disappointing on like non-outside zone runs, to be honest. Do I have, sorry, I think I have 2 audios going right now. It's throwing me off. I'm trying to find the all 22 version of the broadcast on Twitch. But here we go, 2nd and 8. Little speed out, and Addison slips the tackle. That was Dante Jackson, which when Dante Jackson signed with that team that prides tackling from their corners so much, they were like the best tackling secondary. When Dante Jackson signed there, I was like, he's a good ball hawk from zone, but if they want to play that top-down defense and limit run after catch as like the core identity of their entire defensive scheme, that was definitely not what he's good at, is tackling. But 3rd and 1 for the Vikings. Derwin on the blitz. Wentz spins out of it. Oh, what is this? He just heaves it. Good blitz there from Jesse Minner. Doesn't blitz a lot, but when he does blitz, it is effective. So, looks like the Vikes are going to punt. Probably too early to go for it. Your own 40-yard line. So, where can I find... Oh, there we go. Prime Vision on Twitch. I found it. Great. So, RJ Walsh asked in the Super Chat, how do I feel about Jaylen Redmond? I think he's been, I mean, obviously way better than undrafted pickup. They invested in him. He's a good athlete. He's that perfect Brian Flores hybrid end. You know, I think the way that they blitz and kind of line him up as a inside-outside shade, as a 4-eye, as a 3-tech, a base 5 end, You know, they definitely found something there. He has played a little nose tackle too, though, right? Which is crazy for a guy that's not that big. I'm trying to pull up his snap breakdowns here. Let's see. Because that's how he's been used in the past, but I know when they released or traded away, rather, Phillips, there was a lot of talk about Redmond having to play a little bit more nose tackle. So I just about got it here. Yeah, he's 6'2", 291. And no, he's only played one snap as a nose tackle. So that was just a something that Vikings fans were saying, I guess. Because I didn't love the Phillips trade away. And the Vikings' run defense has not been as good as it was last year, by the way. I'm not saying it's all because they missed Phillips. Not having Blake Cashman out there has hurt them too. But Vikings fans are like, Jaylen Redmond's going to play some nose. Well, he's played one snap as a nose tackle, so that's not true. He has registered, just as I was kind of saying, most of his snaps have come as a 3-tech, 4-eye, and 5-tech. So, yep, that adds up as far as the player profile and the scheme fit there. But, yeah, he's a great athlete. The 4.8, 140, the get-off, the effort against the run, it's definitely there. I haven't really noticed him too much, like, dominating one-on-one reps or anything, but he definitely shows up within their pass rush system. So, he's definitely been a nice undrafted pickup. There's no doubt about it. So I recorded my QB tier maker video before this game, guys. It's going to be fun. 69 quarterbacks ranked for the tier maker. What do you guys, would you guys prefer, I think I know the answer to this, but would you prefer I do like the kind of less interesting backups in those types of videos, or just focus on like the true starters? Because, like, wide receivers, we did 138 wide receivers. There's definitely some quarterbacks that I included that weren't particularly fascinating conversations, but it makes for a big, pretty-looking tier maker. All right, let's make this a big Kamani Vidal night, guys. We stand Kamani Vidal. The video will release tomorrow afternoon. All right, we got Rondé Gadsden out there too. That's another big my guy. We get the blitz. Oh, and a pick. Oh my God, Herbert, no. The Isaiah Rodgers redemption game after a brutal game last week. Herbert, what you doing, bro? Ugh. That is not why I bet on the Chargers. I bet on the Chargers because I thought he would play well against the blitz. That was brutal. That's a great play by Rodgers. This is why I really need to get my login so I can actually rewind and rewatch the Prime Vision, because I can't do that on Twitch. Oh, but did he catch it? Did he catch it? The ground was definitely involved there. It didn't move. Oh, this will be interesting. I don't know. Let's see. I think it's a pick. Oh, that back. Oh, man. When you look at it from behind, I think you keep the call. I mean, it hits the ground, but you can see he clearly has it. His hand is under the ball. And if he's got possession and then the ball hits the ground, wow, they're like calling a play for the Chargers. Like they're confident this thing is getting overturned. But all right, they overturned it. Wow. And that, my friends, is why Pro Football Focus charts turnover-worthy plays. Because that is a huge break for Justin Herbert tonight. But still, 3rd and 13. Vikes have a chance to still get something positive out of that play. If you get him off the field here. So here we go. Another blitz. Herbert steps up. And there you go. Finds Keenan Allen. Whew. What a play from Herbert after the pick. That's what Allen has brought to the table, man. There's just such a subtle adjustment. He's got a guy on him, but just the little subtle adjustment, the outside, the outside throw from Herbert, the way Allen just kind of sits down right there, that little veteran savviness, that's been such a big difference. Wow, what a swing. Vidal has had nowhere to go tonight. Yes, it's Tuesday. I'm drinking a Polliner, and it's going down real smooth. I already got one sip left, and that's it. I'm a big fan of just European beers right now. I feel like my go-tos are like any kind of Polliner or an Oktoberfest of any variety, which there's a lot of American-made Oktoberfest. But I like the Belgian triples. And I like a good old Stella. But there's our guy, Rondé Gadsden. What a draft call that's turned out to be. He looks so good, dude. He was one of the most fun tight ends to watch. And I couldn't believe that nobody was talking about him. Especially because at the Shrine Bowl, like, he was clearly the best player at the Shrine Bowl. It's like him and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt were the two best players at the Shrine Bowl. It's a good run for Jarrett Patterson. I like Jarrett Patterson, too. Not as much as Kamani Vidal, but good to see him get some looks here tonight. Yeah, Jonathan, I am the furthest thing from an IPA guy. I actually kind of hate IPAs. They're slowly coming back on me, but I can't do the hoppy beers. I haven't been able to do hoppy beers for like 8 years now. All right, here's a little screen pass to Lad McConkey. I took Lad's higher on receptions tonight. To the Patreon gang joining me for the stream here. I do have to apologize. I had a typo. Surprise, surprise. I had a typo. But for the Underdog lineup tonight, I accidentally wrote lower on Lad McConkey. Luckily, there was some analysis attached to it, so I think if you read the rest of the analysis, you could tell I meant to take the higher on him at 4.5 receptions. So hopefully he didn't just follow me and my typo blindly. But yeah, we need 5 receptions from Lad. We need a touchdown from Vidal. It's a nice drive for the Chargers. Another Rondé Gadsden catch. Let's go. Let's see, do my sound bites work? You'll have to let me know if that worked. Rondé Gadsden for MVP? I mean, he's got my vote. But yeah, we got a Vidal touchdown. We got... Oh, snap it. He's running off the field. There's a nice little run for Vidal. Setting up second and manageable for the Chargers. But, again, Vidal touchdown. Ladd McConkey, 4.5. And then for the Vikes, I think I did Hawkinson. I did Hawkinson's higher on 31.5 receiving yards. And then with the Boost-tober, it was like 6 times payout. So I'm liking it for tonight. There you go, Vidal, a little push. This is 4-down territory for the Chargers. I would either run the ball here or take a shot on 3rd and 2. Brandon says, okay, thank goodness the Gadsden thing wasn't just the Colts defense. No, he's good, dude. He's legit. And they use him right. They don't treat him like a real tight end, which that's even better. But the thing with Gadsden as well is he's been putting on weight. And I think there's a future for him as at least a practical inline tight end at some point. I feel like there's another Ladd McConkey. That was a nice throw from Herbert. Just play action, slides in the pocket, hits McConkey. There is a flag, though. Oh, a late hit. All right. We got a super chat, though, from Viviana. Can't wait for the QB tier list where Baker is in a tier of his own called God of all QBs. I think Bucs fans will be happy with my Baker Mayfield placement in this tier maker video. I'm hoping. Super Pony says, what more do the Colts have to do to crack your Super Bowl contenders tier? DJ isn't just along for the ride. He's playing really well. I agree that Jones is playing legit. It's more of just like, you guys know I'm slower to react with that kind of stuff, and I trust like what my eyes are seeing. It's just a question of like, I guess the Colts have had their game script has been exactly what they wanted this whole time. Like, what happens when they face that really good defense that forces them into more third and pass situations? I also I'll be honest, man, like, He had some pretty ugly mistakes in that Cardinals game. I would say if he didn't see those, like he realistically, and this is just how my mind works, like he threw a pick that should have lost them the game against the Cardinals. It's just Buda Baker. What a scramble from Herbert just to avoid a negative there. Buda Baker drops the pick, and the Colts escape with the win. It's like, I don't know. I'm probably overreacting to that one moment. They're so close for me to putting them in the top tier. If it was any combination of not seeing the mistakes against the Cardinals or if the defense was any better, I would bump them up. But right now, it's like the Colts wins while they're killing teams. And we'll get back to the game here after this, but well, it is a 3rd down drop back. We should probably talk about it as Herbert throws a dot to Gadsden. Let's go. A Rondé freaking Gadsden. Where's the bell? I need my draft night bell. I don't have it around here. But, dude, he's so good. His hands are insane. And teams don't know how to cover him right now. That's Josh Mattel as he just breaks off the route. Adjust to the throw. Woo! Hell yeah. So the Chargers catch a huge break there, but great answer for sure. So just to finish up my thoughts on the Colts, the problem is they beat Miami. They scraped by against Denver in a game that had a weird ending. They beat the Titans. They beat the Raiders. They beat the Cardinals in a game that, again, Daniel Jones played his worst game. And then last week was their most impressive win. They beat the crap out of this Chargers team, which definitely gets me closer to putting them in that top tier. But with the next 2 weeks being against the Titans, Steelers, then Atlanta, I mean, if they kill all three of those teams, maybe I'll put them up. But I don't know. I just feel like to be in that top tier, there's something to be said about having a signature win or having a record of being a championship caliber team that I'm not there yet with the Colts. But yeah, again, Brandon, the Bills' record this year isn't impressive, but we know who the Bills are. Like, I'm not just considering. I'm not just considering this season. I never have just considered one season with rankings. There's, in a small sample size sports, I think it'd be stupid to just think about the 6 games we've seen compared to previous seasons as well. Obviously, you weigh this season a lot more, but the Bills have built up a lot more stock than the Colts, to say the least. Are the Colts just the 2024 Vikings? No, it's different. Because didn't the Vikes had some great wins, right? I mean, there was times. I'm looking up their schedule from last year. I get the comparison though because of Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones. I think Darnold was playing at a higher level than Jones is playing this year. As well, but the Vikes last year, like, they beat the crap out of Houston, who was a good team. They beat the Niners early in the year before the Niners were... Actually, yeah, that was a good win because the Niners beat the crap out of the Jets week 1. Like, before the Niners kind of fell apart, they won. They went into Seattle late in the year and won. They beat Green Bay twice. Vikes had a pretty good resume. Not to mention, eventually, yeah, when you're 15-2, I'm going to give you that respect as a top 4 or 5 team. 6-1 is a lot different than 15-2. Eventually, we will reach the point where I'm all in if they keep it up. Red Zone, thanks for the super chat. Do I think there's any hope at this season for a Giants fan? I don't. I think you're too far behind in the standings. I think there's hope that they're building something. Like, I think they have an identity with their offense. I continue to just be so let down by their defense because they should be so much better, and they're not. I struggle to think and talk about the Giants because I still don't know. And people might call me absolutely crazy for this. I'm curious what you guys think in the chat. I still don't know if firing Brian Daboll is the right thing for them and starting over. it feels like they're so close yet so far away. I just don't know that there's a guarantee you get a better coach if you fire Dable, but I mean, I definitely would change defensive coordinators. I would fire frickin' Palmer's going to my head already. What's the Giants DC? Bowen? Shane Bowen? I would fire Shane Bowen yesterday after that Broncos game. But the NFC is too good too. Like they're not in a position to make the playoffs this year. Yeah, Bills fans are obviously hoping he gets fired. Because when Joe Brady gets a head coaching job, Bills fans want their coordinator back. All right, here we go. Vikings take over. Christopher Lang in the chat. What's up? What's up? Who could the Giants hire as DC if you don't fire Dable? It's a great question. Let's think about defensive coaches that might get fired this year. I don't think I would hire. We got a 2nd and 11 drop, and Khalil Mack gets in, but Wentz gets away, escapes and throws it. Is there a flag? No. Wow, that was a hectic play. Man, Wentz is a roller coaster, dude. That was a nice play. Mack gets through on Justin School and then can't get Wentz down to the ground. Jeez. All right. This is a huge play for the Vikes. You don't want to fall behind, giving the ball back, down a touchdown already. And the pressure gets in. Wow. Great start for the Chargers. That was an interesting, I'm just rewatching this rush from the Chargers. There's a little coffee house action by Tuli Pelotu. Love seeing Tuli Pelotu lined up as a middle linebacker like he did in college. Rush linebacker. That's when his best snaps come from. So I love leaning into that skill set. It's kind of a thought there. I wish I had my login so I could go back. I'm watching this on Twitch where I can't go back. If anybody could, if we're getting a commercial here, especially, what I'm curious about is if Owe and Mac were off the edge on that play, if they were both in there, and then Tuli came in as an interior rusher. I really like that as a package to unlock a little more out of Tuli. Could be an added benefit to getting Owe in there so you can run that package, but I would love to hear if Owe and Mac were also out there for that third down. But coffee house action on that, where they made it look like Tuli was going to run a stunt looping around the right guard, and then he doubles back into the gap he lined up in. A coffee house stunt is like any sort of look like a fake stunt or a fake blitz where you fake in one direction to kind of force the O-line to get into their shift to prepare for that stunt, and then you just come back the other way. Or it can be a linebacker like faking like they're going to drop into coverage and go back and blitz once the O-line declares who they're going to block. That was really nice from Jesse Minter. We got a super chat here from Brian Curie. Thoughts on Dak? I have defended him for years as a top quarterback. Are you there with him as a tier 1 guy? So the QB tier maker video comes out tomorrow, my friend. So I really don't want to spoil that one because I think Dak, that's going to be a big topic because he's playing the best ball of his career. I will say this. I'm not going to spoil where I rank him. But with Darnold making a couple mistakes in the Texans game, not to take away from how great Darnold's playing, but I tweeted that Darnold has been the best QB in the NFL this year, and then he had 2 pretty big turnover-worthy mistakes that did get, lead to turnovers. After that happens, you've got some negative notes on Darnold that you don't really have on Dak. I think I can say with pretty heavy confidence that Dak Prescott has been the best quarterback this season. I will say that. There's a bunch of QBs playing well. Mahomes has heated up lately, but Mahomes wasn't as good to start the year. You got Herbert's been great. I don't think he's been quite as good as Dak. I think he's been right up there. Drake May the last 3 weeks, frankly, has been on that level, but he wasn't quite there to start the season. We got a little free play here for the Chargers, or what? Oh, Lad! Lad, no! Come on, Lad, you got to catch that. If I don't get my underdog because of that, I'm going to cry. Is that right, Dylan? May's in the top 5 for MVP odds. It's not crazy, dude. He's playing at that level. If he keeps this up and the Patriots with an easy schedule win 12 games, it's not crazy at all. Dwelt says Love's been balling. Love has had a really good season. I think Love's been a top 10 QB this year. But again, there's a lot of guys just playing so well. Can't quite put him in the top 4 or 5, but it's a nice little cutback from Vidal for the first down. Okay. Has Gadsden been a top 3 rookie tight end so far this season? Others would be Warren and Fannin. It's crazy that when you first said that, I was like, of course he has. And then you pointed out Warren and Fannin. Top 3, certainly. Although, don't sleep on what Jackson Haas is doing as a blocker up there in Buffalo. But, yeah, Gadsden's been... I mean, I think you'd say Gadsden's done even more than Fannin, right? After last week. Man, Gadsden just got another catch. Holy crap. Miguel, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Best regards from Mexico. My wife and I had a great time in Cancun. Though I know I one of these years got to get to a game in Mexico City or something. Get into the real heart of Mexico. When we go to Cancun, unfortunately, we just stay at the resort and bum out on the beach, drink and eat. We don't actually experience Mexico. We just get to enjoy your beautiful resorts. I feel like I don't, considering how much I love and appreciate like Italian culture, I feel like I haven't gotten to enjoy Mexican culture, even though we live so close to it, which is a bummer. I can't give you any Spanish, man. I would need about like 7 more of these before I start talking another language, Patrick. That was always my worst language, or Jesus. If you guys can already tell, I'm not great at English with all my typos, but learning another language was always challenging for me in school. I took 5 years of Chinese, and I couldn't tell you. I know how to say 我可以去上厕所吗? Is can I go to the bathroom? Because every day in high school in Chinese class, I would leave the class and go to the bathroom for 15 minutes and walk around the hallways instead of trying to learn Chinese. So that's the one thing I can remember in Chinese. And then I took Italian in college, and I was a little bit better at that. But I'm not good at languages. That's whatever. I think it's all of the useless, like, 7th round undrafted football player names that my brain is able to stash. I think that my brain replaced the language department and opened up a big hole for like useless football players is I think how my brain works. But Miguel, you also were asking, do you think the Chiefs could get Jalen Phillips? I don't think it's impossible. I don't. You know, I could see the Dolphins being a little bit hesitant to pay Jalen Phillips if they're going to go into a rebuild as a guy that's had injury concerns. With where the edge market is at, it just saw such a big spike. I could see it. The only thing is you're probably not extending him, so... You know, are you giving up a 2nd round pick this year to get a 3rd round pick back the next year? Is that worth it if you're the Chiefs, where you're probably in a pretty good position to win anyway? It's a balance. Yeah, see, Miguel, that's what I'm talking about. I need some good street food. Some good Mexican street food would be, especially because with all due respect to the amazing cuisine we have in Minnesota, and I got spoiled in Charlotte too in the 6 months we lived there, but Minnesota does not have great Mexican food. I'm sorry. We cannot find like good authentic Mexican food in Minneapolis. There's a couple spots that are like really good, but I feel like it's more like American Mexican. I don't know. Jamie says, oh God, wife's boyfriend has money on the Chargers tonight, so needless to say, go Wentz. Rip. Ooh, Vidal on the toss. We need our Vidal touchdown here, guys, for the underdog lineup. All right, we got to get back on track. I feel like I looked away, and all of a sudden the Chargers are about to score again. I kind of missed the Herbert scramble, to be honest. All right, we got a play action boot. I was silent because I was curious if Herbert was going to get that. I think the second effort, the reach out, got it. All right, come on, let's get Vidal into the end zone here. Charges. That was a nice reach out from Herbert to get that. All right, we got Vidal in there. Heavy personnel. Matlock and Fisk are in there. Come on, Vidal. Hey, we got our Vidal touchdown. Underdog squad, stand up. Let's go. Hey. That was going to be the hardest leg to hit. Beautiful. Also, Vidal We need a soundbite for Vidal.
Dog, he put the team on his back.
Yeah, that works. Clearly, the only reason the Chargers are winning tonight is because of Kamani Vidal, and he is reason 1A, 1B, and 1C. He's the GOAT. So now all we need McConkey. McConkey needs to get 5 receptions, which that drop could end up hurting us. He's at 2 right now. We need the Vikes to wake up and put a little pressure on here. Because I also need TJ Hawkinson 32 yards. Are we playing this week, Michael? That must be in the Dynasty League. Because we got a couple of Patreon Dynasty Leagues. One of them, you guys, I might have to pull this up. Bumpa says I took your underdog lineup, but did the lad under. That would be hilarious if my typo version is the correct lineup. That'd be amazing. That'd be just my luck. But I might have to pull up here this Dynasty team, you guys, because I have the most loaded team yet. All right, let's see. I think I got it here. So there we go. So it is this team. My team, keep in mind, this is a 14 team, and I'm doing this because we're in commercial break. This is a 14-team deep Dynasty League, right? So this is like not some... You're not going to have stacked lineups in here. But the game's back already. I'm trying to find... Here we go. If I zoom in on this, I'll show the team at the next commercial break. But I am number 1 in points for, if we just scroll through here, by like a pretty decent chunk. Like there's Oak Line's at 770. There's a couple teams at 1100. Average is probably about 1050. I have 1243 in points for. But with points against, 1230. Way up there. And I'm 3 and 4. This is so ridiculous, but we got a second here. This is the team. Again, 14-team Dynasty League. Love, Bijan, McCaffrey, Pickens, Samuel, McConkey, Goddard, Jaquaski Merritt. I got Daniel Jones. I won't go into the defensive players. But I also have Goff, Hubbard, Terry, Njoku. Like for a 14-team league that has to start 3 wide receivers, this team is absolutely loaded. And every week. And there's Michael. It's exhausting. All right, anyway, back to the game. And now that I've made you guys feel bad for me. All right, quick out to Justin Jefferson. Gets broken up. Man, Vikings better. Oh, by the way, I also have, in that league I just showed you, I have Kamani Vidal on my taxi squad. So another running back in there. Oh, I love the Quay Walker comments. I took Quay Walker very late, and he's been good. He's been one of the better linebackers. All right, good run by Aaron Jones. I'm ready for another beer. This is fun, you guys. We're having a good time. All right, big 3rd and 5. I almost want the Vikes to score just to, or get this just to keep this game interesting here because the Chargers are dominating. Oh my God, that throw was epic. Whew. The Wentz experience has been tough to read, man. Like, I'm not saying he's playing well, but he makes a few plays each week where it's like, oh, he's still in there. He can still make some absurd plays. That was an unbelievable throw. They had 2 guys on Jefferson. He threw it to him anyway, and he threw it exactly where it needed to be. Cam Hart even got a hand on that thing, but that was a hell of a throw. Okay, Wentz. That was in a big spot, too. Like, they needed that. Also, Echo, I see that you have joined as a member for 7 months with a super chat of sorts. Another Colts comment. Everyone knows Ballard is calling around for an edge or a cornerback. Which is more important in Lou's scheme? Love the change from Bradley's cover 3, cover 2. Which is more important in Lou's scheme? That's a tough question, honestly. Because when I think of Lou Anarumo's defense, I just think of balance and matchup, like playing matchups, reading your opponent, being multiple defensively. I guess the answer is edge, just because I still view edge as a more valuable position than cornerback, but I don't know if there's one reason or another scheme-wise. I think it's all important for Lou to have a little bit of everything, and it's not a coincidence that when his scheme gets injured or loses talent that we see them fall off. Like with the Bengals, that obviously happened because it's the Bengals and their front office is their front office. But this year, the Colts defense has been night and day when they've had like Shavarius Ward, the schematic flexibility that he brings to the table. So I hope that answers your question. Ooh, Derwin hurt his ankle, huh? And Tony Jefferson? Jeez, do they have any safeties left? Who the hell is going to be playing back there? Are we finally going to get St. Just at safety? Is that what I just heard? How long have I been calling for this? It doesn't look like it. They've got someone else back there. Whoa. And Denzel Perriman. He's still wearing the captain's badge. Hey, good for you, Denzel. Yeah, so the Chargers will probably just go to base nickel and just play 2 safeties. But if they wanted to play their big nickel, their dime, I would love to see St. Just in the Derwin role. Well, that was an underwhelming stall by the Vikings offense. Just a couple of uninspiring quick passes, and now they're going to kick the field goal. At least they got Will the Thrill. Yes, R.J. Mickens is from Clemson. Decent prospect. It's kind of like a balanced safety that what I remember about him was, number one, I didn't think he played all that fast on tape, but then he had a really good workout that was kind of like one of those deals where you still put more stock in what you see on tape, but you might give him a slight bump just to know that there's some explosiveness in there that maybe he hasn't tapped into yet on the tape. So that was of note. And then the other thing about Mickens was his first, I don't know my draft notes on me, but I know he the first 4.5 years of his college career, he basically just hung out, tackled, didn't really do anything, didn't have a lot of production. But then the last 5 games, the dude had 8 pass breakups and 5 picks or something nuts. And it was like, whoa, did something click with this dude? So he was definitely a fascinating day 3 draft pick. That wouldn't surprise me if he has a better pro career than a college one. Thanks for the super chat, Jakin. I'm starting studs and duds next week. We're going to at least do 1 division, maybe 2. I got to look through the bye weeks and find the divisions that have had a lot of bye weeks. Because ideally, we would get the first 8 games in there for studs and duds. But as far as the Panthers rookies go, honestly, man, Lathan Ransom hasn't popped too much to me. I know he's out there. Sometimes that's a good thing for a safety that you don't really go notice, but I haven't really had too much of a Lathan Ransom opinion. I'm just pulling up. Holy shit, he's got a 92 PFF run defense grade, 90 tackling grade, and a 39 coverage grade. Holy crap. Look at this. I'm going to pull up the screen capture thing again. That is a hilarious PFF profile right there. Look at that. Especially, hold on. Look down here at the 47 overall defensive grade. That dude has been all over the place, grading-wise. Anyway. I really like what we've seen from Scorton. That dude has popped every week. You know I loved Scorton. And I think he had 5 pressures against the Jets last week. He's looked really good to me. He always reminded me a little bit of George Karlaftis. And if they found George Karlaftis with the 51st pick in the draft, that's a huge win. Also, Vincent, still doing the Madden roster. Despite my entire lack of free time and that I hardly get to play Madden anymore, but Studs and Duds is still based off of the Madden. Oh my God, busted play, and you know who it is, Rondé Gadsden. Oh my God. I was too low on Rondé Gadsden, you guys. I was the high man in the draft community on this dude, and I was too low. Holy shnikes. God, I love it. I'm so happy to see this, dude. I just remember I was addicted to his Syracuse tape. A lot of people ask me, how much time do you spend watching, day 3 prospects? Gadsden's the perfect example where I'll usually do, a game or 2. Honestly, usually it's, a game, though, for, day 3 prospects. I'll do, a game and a highlight reel if I can find one. But in the case of Gadsden, it's I did a game and a highlight reel, and I'm like, wait, I need to watch more, because this dude this dude stands out. And ended up with a 3rd to a 4th round grade on him. Love it. Man, that was a great throw from Herbert. Stepping up under pressure. He rifled that thing in there. Kind of like that first completion of Keenan Allen, where he just throws outside leverage, can't defend the perfect pass. Thank you for becoming a member, Clement. Hoping the Seahawks could get Trey Hendrickson. Man, that'd be nasty. That pass rush is playing super well these last 2 weeks, but if you put an elite pass rusher in there, that would, I mean, that could propel them in a similar-ish way to the way Micah has for Green Bay. There's parallels. What, did one of the refs get hit after the play or something? It's funny how this Chargers offense is like filled with my sneaky draft. Oh, geez, yeah, he got hit by Hargrave running off the field. It looked like it just hit his hat. But this Chargers offense is filled with like some of my biggest draft gems, some of my biggest my guys. Kamani Vidal, Lad McConkey was a huge like pound the table guy for me. I don't know too many people that had Lad higher than I had with a true first round grade and wide receiver 5 in that class. There's a sack for the Vikes. They needed that. They needed to. We'll see if they can. It was only first down, but they need to hold them to a field goal here. They got to stop the bleeding. But yeah, a lot of my pound the table my guys, especially with Gadsden and Vidal. But I could I'm willing to take some credit on Lad McConkey. Obviously, a lot of people liked him, but like I had him super high, and then I also doubled down and like slammed the Patriots for not taking him and taking Jalen Polk instead, or trading down and then taking Jalen Polk. But you're surrounded with like good draft takes for me, and then at the top of it all is my worst draft take of them all, Justin Herbert, who I had a 2nd round grade on. Yeah, I did have Quentin wide receiver 1, but I'm happy to see Quentin turn into a nice player, and he's not a bust. But he is not wide receiver 1 from that class. It is Jackson Smith and Jigba. And Zay Flowers, I would take Zay Flowers over him. I would take Addison over him. Yeah, you're right. I did love Zion Johnson. He hasn't been as good as I thought he would be. He's been startable. There's first round guards that are bigger busts than him, but all right, that was a big hold for the Vikes. They had to slow that down. At this next commercial break here, I'm going to take a break and go get another beverage. See if Dicker can make the kick. Oh, he hooked it. All right. So that is big. More for the field position than the points, frankly. I mean, they both matter. But I'm going to go grab another Polliner. And see if the Vikes can lead a little comeback here. I have a feeling the Vikes are going to make this interesting here. They've got to be... I'm throwing the glasses on, by the way. Got 3 screens going. 2 of them with a game on. These don't just have my prescription because I have a, what do they call it, astigmatism. Especially with like screens and long distance, my vision gets a little fuzzy. But they also have the blue light protection, which when I'm staring at 3 screens and have these Elgato like production lights on, gotta keep the eyes safe, man. I also did the 23andMe, and it came back with like, I don't know the proper term, but it was like you're subject to like degenerative eyesight when you get older. And I'm like, yeah, that's not great with my profession, but I'm going to be blind when I'm 50, so. Hopefully I have enough for retirement. It's going to be hard to be a football analyst when I can't see. All right, 1st and 20. That's not the start the Vikings were hoping for. St. Juste pushes him out on a little quick pass. St. Juste has been pretty nice in this system, man. He was one of the worst players in the entire NFL last year in Dan Quinn's defense, but he is definitely a fit for what the type of defense the Chargers like to play. That top-down rally tackle type. Even if he's still a corner in this defense, the corners for the Chargers are basically an extension of their safety staff because they're always playing that off-zone coverage. Jeez, that was another great throw from Wentz. High points it over the middle of the field to the dig. Wentz is fighting here. That's the type of throw that I feel like J.J. McCarthy just, it's not in his bag right now. Mitigating a good pass rush and throwing a strike in the middle of a zone window to turn a 2nd and 17 into a 3rd and 3, like that was nice. All right, 3rd and 2. You got to get this. You got to pick up the blitz, Minnesota. Yikes. Ooh, and Wentz is grimacing. If we get Max Brosmer tonight and he plays well, this entire live stream is going to be just a freaking Marcus draft takes victory lap. Oh, yeah, he is. He was holding that thing immediately. Ugh, man. That's the other thing with Wentz. He's been very fragile over his career. Another example, by the way, of the big, strong, 6'5", 230-pound QB. Oftentimes, those guys tend to be the least durable because they don't protect themselves. And they got a larger hitbox. I'm just saying, there's a non-zero chance that Max Brosmer just goes on a Brock Purdy run and they Trey Lance J.J. McCarthy's ass. Non-zero chance. Like 2% chance that happens. But if it does, that's the second time I will have spotted the sort of Brock Purdy, Purdy's been way better than I ever did. I compared Brock Purdy to Jimmy Garoppolo. I liked him in that class. I said the same thing about Brosmer. He made my top 10 QBs list, and I was like, look, you should take Max Brosmer in the 5th round. Like, he has a lot of stuff to like about him. If that happens, that'd be nuts. Gopher football is on the rise, baby. Brosmer getting a chance, maybe, but their quarterback, is it Gabriel for the Minnesota Gophers? He's a redshirt freshman. It's not bad. Could get on the draft landscape. I'm just saying. So I'll be honest, I just learned from that Justin Herbert commercial that SoFi is a investment company. I don't know why I figured they were like the energy company of Los Angeles, like XL Energy in Minnesota, or I'm trying to think of the one in Chicago. I don't know why I figured. Maybe it's just because of the Chargers of it all with the electric theme. I had no idea SoFi was like an investment company. Who's hotter, Herbert or McCarthy? McCarthy looks like a child. Yeah, bank. I just saw the Herbert ad was for SoFi Investments, which, yeah, I mean, it all goes hand in hand in my mind. All right, we need some more Ladd McConkey receptions, guys. Yeah, Wentz definitely looks like he's okay. Which, as excited as I would be to see what Brosmer looks like, that is best case scenario for Vikings fans. Wentz isn't having a bad night. It's a good tackle for Rodgers. Rodgers is having a good bounce back game. You would have loved to see him complete that pick earlier, but it was still a nice play. Good read on that. Should have been pick 6. Who's the hardest team in the NFL for me to figure out? Can be good, bad, or average. Just hardest for you to understand or predict. Giants are the first team that came straight to my mind there. I think on a week-to-week basis, the Giants are the team that I'm just staying away from, good or bad. Because when you have a D-line like that, you can cause trouble for anybody. And they're doing some fun stuff offensively. It was a big 3rd down conversion for Herbert. 3rd and 10, just hits Allen. It's so crazy that how quickly the Chargers went from they have nobody to throw to all they have to throw to is Ladd McConkey, to all of a sudden they have one of the most complete wide receiving cores in the entire league. God, look at Herbert with the frickin' pocket. Oh my God, Herbert. That was disgusting. That is like, oh my God. That was, I'm in love with what I'm seeing from Herbert right now. Jesus, dude. That's the exact play that he's doing so consistently this year that is why he's different. All those little subtle movements in the pocket to keep that play alive. And then that throw was on the money. God, dude, what a play. Oh, jeez. But it's a good question, Hunter. I'm trying to think of like the good team that I'm having a hard time understanding. Like maybe the Bills. Like the offense the last 2 weeks has been a little disjointed. Their defense stinks. All right, that was the last of my little beef stick cheese combo snack. No more munching for me. A lot of people are saying the Jags are hard to figure out. Maybe it's because I spent a whole week researching the Jags and making that video about them. I don't think the Jags are tough to figure out. I know exactly who the Jaguars are. They are a very frustrating team. But I know exactly who they are. They just have so many issues with their passing game that they're going to be inconsistent. But I wouldn't say I have a hard time figuring them out. I think the Broncos and Bills are probably the two good teams that I've had a hard time figuring out. And the Bucks. The Bucks. No, it's the Bucks. Because they've been doing so much fun stuff, but nothing about watching them play has felt sustainable. Their season has just been pure chaos, and more often than not, they've come out victorious. Nathan, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Have I watched much college football this year to notice anyone as a potential my guy in this upcoming class? Sadly, that was a big goal of mine that I have failed on, was to watch more college football. I'm going to be honest, it's not even that I haven't had time for it. I don't know what it is. I have a hard time getting into college football. I know it's crazy. It might just be because my team will never have a chance. The Gophers are never going to win a national championship. Game's back, by the way. The Vikings pass rush is getting home. There's Herbert again. Just sidesteps the blitz and scrambles for 15 yards, dude. What a freaking night for Herbert. Christ. I'm just in awe. That was Jaylen Redmond, by the way. Really good pass rush. They're going like, hurry up to the line here. I guess it's 2 minutes, so that makes sense. Come back to Ladd. Another scramble for Herbert. But no, I've tried to sit down and watch college football, and I think it's a combination of I spend all week watching football, talking about football. Honestly, like by the time I get to Saturday, I'm like, I just want to watch diners, drive-ins, and dives and play Baldur's Gate. Like by the end of the week, I'm just like, I need something in my life other than football now that I've been thinking about football for 60 of the last 80 something hours. And then there's also the fact that I know I'm going to have to rewatch all these games anyway once I get to draft season. I'll turn it on, but it kind of turns into background noise for me. Like I really have not paid hardly any attention. I watched the Indiana-Illinois game, and then that turned into a blowout. That's the other thing with college football. And then we'll get back to the game here. But I feel like I have bad luck in that every time I tune in, like every time I'm like, great, there's a good game on. Jonathan Allen hurt his ankle there. Every time there's a good game on and I like dedicate time, like, ooh, I'm watching the game. Like the Texas Ohio State game, I was stoked for that. It just turns into a shit game. And that obviously doesn't help. There's Ladd again. Man, what a drive from Herbert here. Holy hell. This has been one of the more impressive quarterback outings on the season, honestly. Like, he is. And there's another. That was a good throw to Keenan Allen, dude. He gave him a chance. That's tight coverage. He put that ball. At least gave him a chance. Also, Anthony, thank you for the super chat. Yes, in Aronde Gadsden we trust. Absolutely. Okay, 2nd and 10. Another deep ball. Lad! Let's go! Dude, Herbert is locked the F in tonight. 9-play, 94-yard drive. Whoa. He is on a heater tonight. I'm gonna have to fire off a quick tweet, dude. Just for the Twitter crowd that's not with us here, just to get this out real quick. I'm just saying, maybe the best half is that the best? But let's talk this out, Chad. Is that the best half from a quarterback this year? What's up, Garrett? I feel bad for you, but dude, there's nothing you can do when Herbert's playing like this, Garrett. He would be doing this to anybody. I'm just trying to think through, like, if there's another QB performance that tops this year, another half of football that would top this. Dak's second half against the Packers comes to mind. It's probably a couple Baker halves, like the second half of the Baker Niners game, but this is easily in that combo. All right. Put the phone away, Marcus. Super Pony says, I know your pro comp for Mendoza will be Goff. That's the sense I get. It's not the end of the world. Hey, if you could draft Jared Goff in the first round, you do it. If you could draft this version of Jared Goff in the first round, you do it every time. All right, well, that was a big penalty on the kickoff by the Chargers. What the hell? Did he, like, false start? And that was bizarre. But that gives the Vikings a chance to get points here. Slushy Cat, what are your thoughts on the Browns rookie class? I'm going to come back to that one here. I want to see what Wentz can do here. I don't think Hawkinson has a catch yet. That's the last thing we need for our... Hey, that was a good throw from Wentz. Wentz has made some good throws tonight, man. That's probably his fourth nice, like, really nice play. He's hit a couple of those inbreakers. Even the one early in the game where he was kind of getting hit while he threw it, it was a good read. And he still got it there despite getting hit. And it's not like it was a dangerous pass, really. Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, Brian Flores, but Jeff Okudah cannot keep up with Ladd McConkey. It's just not going to happen. Did you guys see Thor Nystrom's tweet that I retweeted today about Jeff Okuda? It was so funny. It's the Moneyball meme with I almost said Seth Rogen, not Seth Rogen. Jonah, is it Jonah Hill, the actor? All right, let's see if Wentz can push another one downfield. Oh, he's gonna step up. Oh, Owe gets the sack. All right, see what happened there. Just a little swipe move. It's good. That's like the best. It's probably the best pass rush win from Owe this season. Just brushed Walter Rouse's hands aside. I feel like that's the second time they've tried to chip help Walter Rouse at right tackle, but the chip help has done nothing. I don't know if it's a Hawkinson problem or what, but it's the second time I've noticed that. Like Rouse is expecting outside help on the chip there, but the chip is lined up kind of flexed out. And that probably didn't help Rouse win on the outside move when he's expecting outside chip help. And another sack. Jeez. And was Tuli lined up as a linebacker again there? There is a flag. Yeah. So you got Tuli. This is what we were talking about earlier. So this is definitely going in the notes for the Thursday night recap right here. I love something I hadn't considered when they get Owe. And Owe had that win and all that. But now with Mac back, you can take Tuli, who is at his best rushing as a stand-up linebacker and was in college, and he's done that in the pros. But he's been, I don't know, I would say he's been quiet off the edge. But now you got, and that makes up for you're almost improving your interior pass rush more than your edge pass rush, which is not good for the Chargers. Their interior rush is struggling. So they're doing it again. They keep lining this up, and it's a great idea. So let's watch Tuli on this. They ran a stunt. Oh, wow. Did they get that first down? So is it a first down or not? Okay, they're just going to kick it. Yeah, you got plenty of time. Kick is up, and it is no good. He's short. Haven't seen a lot of short 53-yarders this year. All right. Wow, there's a lot going on in that last 2 minutes of that game, of that first half. Do have a couple super chats to bring up, and then at halftime here, I also would like to, and remind me to put the score bug back up if I forget. But we got some super chats, and then I want to do a at least, oh man, what's it called? Where they got the grid, the Immaculate Grid. I want to see if we can get like really high scores on the Immaculate Grid as a collective effort. But Slushy Cat said, what are your thoughts on the Browns rookie class? I feel like it's like, what else is there to say? It's been freaking awesome. I really liked it at the time, but they're hitting a lot of green lights. I mean, Mason Graham hasn't like popped as anything amazing, but he's been good, certainly. And then you got like Judkins is every bit as good as I thought he was, and he's been a top, I don't know what the right number to say, 10. Like, he's just the vision, the power. He's one of those backs that clearly has evolved their run game. Like, we say running backs don't matter. Well, if you get a superstar running back, it's going to improve your run game, and we've seen that with him. Obviously, Fannin has been super fun. I love everything we're seeing from him. That dude was a hell of a fun prospect. Gabriel's been what I think I expected from Gabriel, just kind of that point guard, high floor, low ceiling type. But yeah, Brown's rookie, well, and Schlesinger too has been the rare great rookie linebacker. So they're having an absolute season with their rookie class for sure. I mean, Joe Barry, outside of their inability to find that quarterback, Joe Barry's done a great job with that team. Lee said, who'd have thought that he plays better when he's not getting pressured 60% of dropbacks? I think that is for Justin Herbert. I get what you're saying, and yes, but also he's getting pressured a lot in this game. That's the thing that's been crazy about Herbert. There's been a bunch of scrambles. There's been multiple plays where he's extending plays and finding throws. I get what you're saying, but I feel like Herbert's still been pressured a good bit tonight, and he's just absolutely locked in. From Tyler, how long can this Vikings regime go without a playoff win before they make changes? No. This regime is the GM could see a little pressure. Kwesi has not been an effective drafter. But just no. Like they will hold on to Brian Flores as long as they possibly can. And Kevin O'Connell is about as safe as any head coach in the league. Like, there will be no coaching changes unless Flores gets hired somewhere. But yeah, Kwesi would be the one that has not done the best job. All right. Let's do some Immaculate Grid, shall we? I'm just going to pull it up. I do think that's fair, Ty, about letting the QBs walk. That's a legitimate ding on O'Connell. I think that's very fair, but they're not going to fire him over it. All right, I want the NFL Immaculate Grid. Don't they have one of these every day? Yeah. Ooh, the Vikings are on there. All right, let's pull this up. You're not going to be able to see me, but we're going to talk this through. All right, Vikings and Chargers. I want to kind of take our time. I mean, I could probably duplicate this and just shrink it like that real quick. All right, Vikings and Chargers. Let's think here. It's kind of a Oh, what about their fullback, Fisk or whatever? Wasn't he on the Vikes? I'm trying to think of Troy Dye is a really good one, chat. Kendricks will be a popular one. Sebastian Joseph Day played on the Vikes. I mean, Troy Dye is a really good one. Hey, Mike, what's up, brother? You're going to Pittsburgh? Oh, I'm jealous, dude. Have a good time. Yeah, dude. Sunday night's gonna be a. It's gonna pull at the heartstrings. That's for sure. I kind of don't want Micah to like hit Rodgers too hard. He's saying all the right things, man. He's like being all ooey gooey with the Packers. He's like, I have no hard feelings. It's gonna be fun. 4, thank you for the super chat. You thought Stroud was so bad Monday, even when he wasn't pressured. It's flying under the radar. He was so inaccurate, missing a lot of reads, had a lot of turnover-worthy plays. I guess that wasn't really my takeaway, but it's possible that I let that fly under the radar myself. How many turnover-worthy plays did he have? Holy crap, he had 6 turnover-worthy plays. He was under a ton of pressure, and he was trying to lead the comeback. That might be a game that I need to load up the All-22 and just kind of soak in the CJ Stroud experience a little bit more, like, hands-on, I guess. All right, I think we're going to go Troy Dye here, guys, unless... Ooh, Rieger. Jaylen Rieger. That's got to be better than Troy Dye, right? The problem is, do we have to spell it right? We can at least look up how to spell Jaylen Rieger. Like, that's, I think, fair. Okay. Dang, 9%. A lot of people were saying Kellen Clemens. That might have been better. I thought Jaylen Rieger would be better. Troy Dye might be lower. Yeah, Michael Tyler Conklin, I thought of him, but that's got to be a pretty popular one. All right, Vikings Raiders. Troy Dye is 2%. Dang it. Could have done better. Yeah, Rieger is a popular name. Jerry Tillery for Raiders Vikings. That's a good call. Randy Moss will probably be... Yeah. Randy will be probably a popular one. Yeah, Alexander Madison will be a pretty popular one. Amir Abdullah might be a good one here. Yeah, Benjamin just said Amir Abdullah. I think that might be... Jerry Tillery is a former first-round pick. I think we're going to go Amir Abdullah. 6%. That's pretty good. Okay, Vikings Cardinals. Yeah, Michael Floyd. Did Michael Floyd ever play on the Vikes? He's from Minnesota. I don't think he... Did he ever play for the Vikes? He might have. So, I mean, Byron Murphy is a big one here. Ooh, Adrian Peterson is an interesting one. I forgot he played for the Cards. Yeah, Jordan Hicks is a good one. Oh, you know who I might go with? Kairos Tonga. I don't know if we're going to have a better one than Kairos Tonga. I don't know how to spell that, though. I think this will probably be pretty good. Yeah, there we go. There we go, baby. We got one. That one was all me, too. No help from the chat. All right. Loving that. All right. Chiefs Chargers. Drew Tranquil. Chiefs, Chargers. Melvin Ingram, that's a good one, Joe. I mean, Jerry Tillery, did he play for the Chiefs? No. Did he? It's a tough one. Not a lot of Chiefs Chargers crossover. Yeah, Fulton. It's a good one. Christian Fulton. Fulton's probably better than Drew Tranquil because Brandon Flowers. That's not bad. The game's almost back, so we might have to pick this back up at halftime. They're not quite start. Yeah, they are just about to start. So let's sit on that one for a second. Jerry Tillery's probably our best bet, but did he for sure play for the Chiefs? Because he's played for the Chargers and Raiders. Has he gone on the whole AFC train like that? Oh God, what is going on here? That's not what we wanted. Sorry. I don't know why this got all broken. I guess just do that. All right, we're back. We're so back. All right, guys. Let's see what the Chargers have. They've been crushing it. There's more Kamani Vidal. So I'm pulling for my underdog lineup tonight. I'm already 2 for 2. Ladd's got his receptions. Vidal's got his touchdown. You can't take those back. So now we need TJ Hawkinson to have 32 yards in the second half. He had 0 in the first half. Might be a good idea. I don't know. It's a bummer for the Vikes. 2 missed field goals was huge. Oh, there we go. Good run blocking. It's so funny to me that the Chargers were trying to trade for another running back and play anybody but Kamani Vidal. They are so lucky that Vidal agreed to come back after they didn't even let him make this team out of camp. Like, unbelievable. Chargers are just coming out heavy personnel, man. 22 personnel with Trey Harris out there. Vidal, let's go, dude. Great vision on that run. That wasn't an obvious cutback there. That was nice. Our boys looking good. Gotta love Gadsden and Vidal just stealing the show tonight. Kamani Vidal would have gotten that first down. I'm just saying. Yes, Dylan. Vidal did have a 100-yard game 2 weeks ago, right? Last week they were down by so much that the game script kind of took the run game away. All right, this is 4-down territory for the Chargers, you would think. Heavy personnel. Little play action boot. Herbert flips it to Vidal. Who else? All right, it's time to victory lap a tweet. It's going to be a simple tweet. It's just going to be Kamani, period, Vidal, smug emoji. Oh, that was a good play off the edge by Wilson. Eric Wilson. Love Eric Wilson. Super underrated. Joseph says, don't jinx Vidal. Look, if the last 3 years of pounding the table for Kamani Vidal didn't jinx him, he's jinx proof. Another quick pass to Ladd. Vidal is averaging 2 yards per carry. There's no way. I mean, maybe in the first half, the yards per carry weren't great, but he's ripped off some good ones here. He's got to be at least north of 3.5. Let's see. His first couple carries, he had nowhere to go. Yeah, he's up to 3. He had some negative runs in the first quarter. I think we can all agree he looks good, though. Especially the second half. The touchdown run was nice, too. Exactly. Find you someone the way I love Kamani Vidal. Yeah, anytime it isn't a good run, it's usually run blocking being terrible, unless you're DeAndre Swift. Kind of a low blow at DeAndre Swift, who's running hard lately. But they've basically entirely shifted their run game to outside runs, which, hey, that's what you should do if DeAndre Swift is your only back that you like. That felt like I would need to go back to watch this again. That one looked like Herbert might have bailed out of a clean pocket on that one. But I'd need to watch it again. There we go. Let's see. Yes and no. He probably should have stepped up instead of rolled out, but not the end of the world when he's having the night he's having. Dicker's kick is just through there. So is World Series Game 1 tonight, guys? No, it's tomorrow. Go Blue Jays. All right. Let's go back to the Immaculate Grid. So, a lot of people were saying Brandon Flowers for this, right? I think that's where we'll go. Also, sorry, I probably just put my creator dashboard up there because I'm sharing the screen. All right, Brandon Flowers. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a different Flowers. All right, good work, chat. Good work. Chiefs Raiders. All right, this I feel like should be doable. The Raiders have so many guys in and out of their roster. There's got to be David Amerson. I don't even know who that is. That means it's probably going to score high. I mean, we know... Well, I was going to say Jerry Tillery again. Demarcus Robinson, did he start as a Raider? Also, thank you, William, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Gardner Minshew. Do a lot of people realize that Gardner Minshew is on the Chiefs? That could be a good one. Kaleki Asemele is a great shout out. Rich Gannon. I feel like Minshew won't be too high. Okay, we'll keep thinking about it. All right, Vikes, come on. Give us a little life. I was at the... It was a good kick return. And another penalty. You guys say find someone that loves you the way I love Kamani Vidal. I say find someone that loves you the way refs love to throw penalties on kick returns. Did Daniel Sorensen ever play for the Raiders? I don't think he did. Honestly, if Demarcus Robinson actually played for the Raiders, Jace, that would be a good one. I just don't remember him on the Raiders. We might have to just go with the chat on David Amerson. I think that might be it, but we'll come back to it at the next commercial break. If we don't think of anybody else, we'll go that route. Vikes got to do something this drive, dude, or it's looking grim. Oh my God. Dude, oh, that was a screen. Okay, I was going to say Walter Rouse is struggling, but that was a screen. He was inviting him upfield for a reason. There's Aaron Jones. But a flag. Sean Smith. That's another name that's like, when did he play? Because that name sounds familiar to me. I didn't think that was a hold on the right tackle. I didn't. Vikes are still out in 12 personnel. God, dude, this center sucks. Center got beat immediately on that play. That was tough. Jack asks, if Bryce has a bad rest of season, are you out on him for good? It's a very important rest of the season. 100%. There is a downside where it's time for them to move on, but I don't feel the need to say anything more than that. We're just gonna keep evaluating Bryce. He was great at the end of last year. He had a slow start this year. He's been much better as of late. I don't think it's the time for proclamations on Bryce Young's career quite yet. Ooh, Neil Farrell, Dylan. You might be onto something there. I think I like that. Another LSU D tackle, because isn't Kairos Tonga LSU as well? Or he might not be LSU. Another sack. Jeez. This Chargers pass rush. It's funny, like, I questioned the Owe trade. Also, highly notable that Christian Darrisaw is now out of this game as well. So you've got Rouse and School in there. That is rough. But last week, you saw the downsides of why I was afraid of the Goman trade, where the secondary and the safety situation was tough. This week, it's like, hey, the pass rush is working. It's allowed them to put Tuli as an inside rusher. Owe got a sack. They're getting after it. This week, it's working. Tonight has been a masterclass by Jesse Minter. The way that he's rushing these dudes, and guys are winning for sure, but they have turned up the heat in this one. Jesse Minter's had an awesome bounce back week after what the Colts did to him. All right, let's go back. I think I'm gonna trust the chat and go with where was it in there? David Amerson. Looks like he did not play for the Chiefs, you guys. All right, so I'm going to go with Neil Farrell. Hey! Good job, Dylan. That was a good call. LSU DT. All right, Chiefs, Cardinals. Chiefs Cardinals. We'll have to think about that one. Darrell Williams, the running back. That's not bad. That's not bad. Xavier Williams. Anthony Sherman, the fullback. Yeah, Hollywood Brown, for sure. D-Hop. Honey Badger. Yeah, those ones are more obvious. Herbert under pressure again. Oh, was that picked? I think it was. Yep. Herbert made a mistake. That looked just like the play in the first half that I think his best play of the night, backed up on that 2-minute drive. Slides left out of the pressure, throws it back over the middle of the field. That time, Josh Metellus was ready for it. Well, that's Herbert's second turnover-worthy play of the night. I guess when I tweeted that Herbert, I kind of forgot that he had the drop pick 6 when I said he had the best first half of any QB. I kind of forgot about the pick that should have been. So I probably got to take that back. I disagree with you, Coaster. You say the throw was fine, tipped. There's batted passes where the D-line just makes a play, but when there's 3 D linemen in your face and you try to thread it through them on a play extension situations and you're throwing it into double traffic, that's definitely a turnover-worthy play. Whether it gets tipped or not, if you're trying to, that's just doing too much. Drew says I'm here for Teddy. We'll see if I have time to get the dogs down here. They're sleeping nice. They can be a little bit, unless I'm holding them both. We'll see if we get there. Hey, there's Hawkinson, just got like 20 yards on one catch, maybe 15. So we need another 15 yards from Hawkinson, and our underdog lineup is a cha-ching. All right, let's see if the Vikes can capitalize on that mistake. Man, Wentz again did a good job to avoid that sack, but that was Tuli. Oh, don't waste your time running that all the way back, dude. That's the most obvious not a fumble I've ever seen. I don't know why I guess the refs just let it play out, which is what they're supposed to do, but that guy just wasted so much energy. He was both down and that's a pass. It's also not a fumble, even if he wasn't down. It's good to see Tuli have a night, though. I feel like I haven't thought about Tuli Pelotu in a while. Just hasn't made an impact like this in a long time. What in-season moves would help make the Cowboys competitive? Max Crosby? I think you're crazy, Drew. I think you're crazy. No, the Cowboys thing is, the only logic behind trading Micah Parsons was that it was going to open the door to extend Tyler Smith and Deron Bland, which you maybe could or could not have extended. But like George Pickens is a big one. If you just turn around and trade for another edge rusher that you have to pay, That wouldn't really make sense. The Cowboys should not be making blockbuster trades to try and win a Super Bowl this year. That's not where they're at. They might make the playoffs on the heels of Dak, CD, and Pickens, but I don't think the Cowboys are buyers or sellers. I think you just keep going with what you got going. Wait, Tuli had 4 sacks against the Giants? This is what I get for not paying attention to sacks. I see some of these stat lines and I'm like, what? Because I watched that game and I don't remember being like, oh my God, Tuli is everywhere like tonight. Sacks are just so feeble. I'm pulling this up now. Yeah, geez. So PFF had him with 5 sacks. 5 PFF sacks, but a PFF pass rushing grade of 68.6, which I will tell you this. People dunk on PFF grades. I can't tell you the number of times this exact conversation happens where, wait, a guy had 4 sacks, and then I look and their PFF grade is like fine, but nothing special. And then I can go in and watch the tape and be like, okay, yeah, it was a bunch of cleanup sacks and stuff. So I will do that right now, actually. I'm not going to show the film because I don't want this whole stream to get demonetized. But I'm going to go into NFL Pro. And you guys are just going to have to take my word for it. But I'm going to watch all of his 4 sacks against the Giants. And I'm going to tell you what happened on him. And let's see. So, first play. The NFL's been pretty bad about demonetization this year. All right, first play is about a 4-second time to throw. I'm waiting for the end zone angle here. All right, here we go. We got a 7-step drop. Blitz. Which one's Tuli? Hold on. They got a twist going on. They got a lot going on here. Okay, he gets a decent push. Decent push. Honestly, the pressure was much more impressive than the actual sack. He gets a decent push on the right tackle. Forces Dart to step up, and then he starts scrambling, and then about 2 seconds later, he ends up running him down after another guy misses the sack. So that was a good play. Like a half win, getting a little bit of push, and then a cleanup sack. Then we got the second sack here. Unblocked. Like literally unblocked. I'll just here. Like people rip on PFF grades. I'm just gonna real quick. Hopefully we don't get snagged here. So there you go. You saw it. It's all I'm playing. People rip on PFF grades. It's like, well, yeah, why would you grade him high when he literally just goes unblocked and sacks a quarterback that's not looking in that direction? So that's the second sack. All right. Third sack. Got to hurry up here. Third sack is a read option, play action, naked boot. Here we go again. You guys, this is why PFF isn't all that bad. Here's your third sack. There's your third sack. And then the fourth sack. Fourth sack was a pretty good pressure. Kind of an effort, power rush through a double team. Probably his best sack. So yeah, a couple good plays. But you can see, like, did sacks. 2 of those are literally just unblocked. And Carson Wentz speaking of sacks, Carson Wentz just got sacked again. But there is a flag. All right, what do we got here? Oh, St. Just after we were praising him. That St. Just, that's a soft ass call. Oh my God. What? Okay. I mean, I guess that second angle there, the left hand hooks his bicep. That's probably the worst of that, but all right. Well, that just invited the Vikings back into this game. Let's see if they can capitalize. There you go. That was nice. Dude, Wentz has taken a bunch of sacks tonight. I think he's been under a ton of pressure. He's made some nice throws, man. I see the chat saying time to bench Wentz and stuff. I'm like, I don't know, man. Wentz hasn't been as bad as you guys are saying. It's like his 5th really nice throw in this game. All right. The game is alive. Would be really nice if they made their 2 field goals. This would be a 1-score game. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Wentz is a total roller coaster. He's such a fascinating conversation because it's like he's not playing well necessarily. He's just playing extremely up and down. But he is also playing better than J.J. McCarthy was playing to start the season. It's just an absolute roller coaster. Well said. Wentz is the best worst player you've ever watched. All right, we have... Are they going to commercial here? Because we got to get our Immaculate Grid. Jack, I'm a Packers fan from Minnesota because of that's the way my dad raised me. I grew up a Packers fan. Looks like they're going to let this just keep going. No commercial break. We got some good suggestions. Ricky Seals-Jones is a fun one. Did he start on the Chiefs? I like the Darrell Williams one a lot. A lot of people have said Tyvon Branch. Those are all really good ones. I'm just trying to debate which one would get more. I feel like Darrell Williams is probably out. If we can confirm Ricky Seals-Jones played for the Chiefs, I think that might be the winner. Blaine Gabbert's good too, but QBs, I feel like if you can avoid QBs, you should. Alex Okorafor's a good one, but I think Ricky Seals-Jones might be. All right, let's see if the Chargers can hold off the Vikes' comeback effort here. We got 3rd and 8 coming up. Good coverage, good pressure there on. It's kind of, yeah, this is a pressure. That must have been Grenard on Joe Alt. Jay, I am a Pokemon guy. I haven't played a Pokemon game in probably 6 or 7 years. I did see there's a new one out for the Switch 2 that caught my eye at Costco today. All right, here we go. 3rd and 8. Herbert's got a step up lane, and he gets Keenan for the first down. There is a flag, but I think that's probably going to go on the Vikings. Oh, no. I said it 6 or 7 years. It's the truth. It was probably about 6 or 7 years ago. It's just a good number range, man. That's all it is. That's all that saying is. There was another one in the quarterback tier maker video that comes out tomorrow. I said 6 or 7, and I had to call it out. It's so dumb. I mean, seriously, it was the Sword and Shield games, and it was 2017, I believe. Ooh, Vidal, let's go! Who was the Kamani Vidal hater that was in the chat like 20 minutes ago? Show your face and suck it. What a run. Kamani Vidal's a 2-point yard carry. Shut up. Get out of here. We will have no Kamani Vidal haters in this chat. We are Kamani Vidal on this channel. Gotcha, J. Ken. That's what I kind of figured with the new Pokemon game. Sword and Shield was 2019. I think you might be thinking of Sun and Moon. I think you're right. Another Vidal run. Dude. He's the GOAT. It sucks that this is going to have to sit as a backup the next 2 years when Hampton comes back. The boy can play. He always could. The Chargers just couldn't see it. Give me a 5'8", 210-pound running back with 4.4 speed that produced like crazy any day of the week, man. We never quit Kamani Vidal. Even when he got cut from this team, I had a tweet that was like, he's finally free. And then he signs back with this team for some reason. But he got lucky enough that everyone ahead of him got hurt. Thanks for joining the TFG Booster Club, Jack. Who's my favorite Pokemon? I feel like I'm nerding out big time right now. Salamence? Is that cheating to pick a dragon? All right, 3rd and 4. Herbert steps up. And, oh my God, he's going to get it. Unstoppable. Tyranitar is another one. I've always loved not Hypno, Alakazam. I'm kind of building my team right here. All right, we got to finish our deal here. So I think we want to go Ricky Seals-Jones. Did we confirm he played for the Chiefs, guys? Because we only get so many guesses. Chat, can you confirm? Because, yeah, Tyvon Branch is a good one, too, but... Oh, we're going for it. Dude, that was a great call. I'm curious what Branch was. Someone else can check it, but I feel pretty good about the Ricky Seals-Jones there. Okay. Now, 3,000 plus passing yards season. We obviously don't want to go with the obvious ones, so... I mean, Phillips and Herbert are Phillip and Herbert are going to be the obvious ones. Fouts is going to be pretty obvious as well. Is there anyone else like Tyrod Taylor? Maybe does Tyrod have a 3,000 pass yard season? Because he had that year with the Chargers. The question is, does Tyrod? Is that? I don't think that's cheating to look that up, right? Doug Flutie. Yeah, I'm going Tyrod. Wait. What the hell? We just looked. It's right here. He has two of them. That's some BS. The hell? I guess, yeah, Geno Smith. Did he play Dunbar? Did Geno play for the Chargers? I only have one more guess left, so I like the Geno. Oh, it has to be with that team. Okay. All right, we'll come back to that then. Got it. That was just a misunderstanding. Man, Herbert's going to have like 100 rushing yards tonight. So if it has to be with that team... Yeah, Kerry Collins for the Raiders is a good one. Chargers are an interesting one because they haven't had that many QBs recently, at least. Vidal again, baby. Oh, he almost got in. Go back to him. Yeah, Dan Fouts is safe. I don't know. Did Drew Brees have a 3,000 passing yard season on the Chargers? Maybe that's a dumb question, but I don't know that he did. Minshew did not throw for 3,000 with the Raiders, no. So yeah, the question is, did Doug Flutie go over 3,000 yards? Because if he did, that's going to be our answer. Otherwise, I feel like Dan Fouts is probably still going to get a better score than Drew Brees. I feel like it's pretty well known that Drew Brees came from the Chargers. Fouts is at least older. But if Flutie did it for them, that'll be the pick. But I only have one more guess, so I kind of want one of you guys to confirm. It's got to be in the season, Patrick. I'm not watching Pacers Thunder on the side. I didn't know that was going on, but if it's still on when we're done here, I might throw it on. Okay, so we're going to go Doug Flutie for the Chargers. I think for the Raiders, we'll probably do Kerry Collins. John Skelton for the Cardinals. He did, right? In that 1 year. John Hadel for the Chargers. I have no idea who that is. Wow, the Vikings just had 12 members on defense. That's... All right, come on, Vidal. Oh, or just Herbert. Just sneak it in. Okay, so I think we got it. Oh, there is a penalty. I think we're going to go Kerry Collins for the Raiders, John Skelton for the Cardinals. Ooh, a little penalty on the sneak. And then hopefully get a pretty good score there. Yes, Drew, I'm back in Minnesota. If the flannel get up wasn't a giveaway. We're definitely going to the Week 18 Packers Vikings. And then I'll be at the Bears game as well. So I'll be at least, God, dude, Herbert just did it again. Trey Harris. Nice. God, other than the 2 picks, or the pick and the should have been pick, Herbert is having an absolute heater tonight. Another great play. Skelton did not have 3,000 yards. Okay. He just started. Who was the other guy? What the heck was that? Stanton? Drew Stanton? There's no way he threw for 3,000 yards, right? All right, let's get this thing done. So, we decided we were going to do Doug Flutie here. See, we ran out of guesses. I mean, we got 222nd, but we don't get to rank. So that's why you got to be so careful with this. But we wanted to go Kerry Collins. That was a 2%er. Jack Kemp was 0.5% for the Chargers. You're right. And then Cardinals, I'm like not familiar with old school Cardinals, like at all. I can't think of anything Cardinals before like 2000. I mean, like, honestly, the best I can do would be Carson Palmer, but that's obviously going to be... There's no way Rosen threw for 3,000, right? I don't think Rosen got to 3,000. Kevin Cobb. Kevin Cobb's a good one. That's got to be the best I can do. Nope, he didn't get it. Wait, I thought Jim Hart was Chargers. Did I read that wrong? Oh, Jack Kemp was Chargers. Jim Hart. Holy crap. So we still ranked really high. We would have done. Here's our final. Pretty good. I'll take 220 first. All right. Let's see if the Vikes can make this interesting. If this game gets out of hand, I will probably call it a little bit early. But let's see what they can do on this drive. I mean, this is why I'm not playing around when I'm talking about Underdog keeping these games interesting, man. I mean, I am sitting here. I need 17 yards from TJ Hawkinson in this fourth quarter. Go, baby. Go. 10. Ah! Right on cue. Come on. Code TFG, baby. The Underdog plug speaks for itself. And then it'll be a good day for the patrons, man, if we can get this locked in, because I also bet on the Chargers to cover a 3-point spread. That's looking like a good call. Oh no, Wentz! No! Oh no, he had him wide open. Dude, no. The Carson Wentz experience. Oh, man. Wentz, bro. It can't get any easier than that. Brother. All right, I didn't think Wentz had been that bad tonight. Until that. That was bad. And now it's another commercial break. See, Shadow, I think playing Wentz feels worse than McCarthy, because obviously McCarthy's like, they're hoping he's going to be the future and all that. But realistically, even tonight, Wentz has played better than McCarthy did in the limited sample size. It's not to say McCarthy won't play better moving forward or shouldn't be starting. Like, obviously, Wentz isn't playing so well that he's like taken this job and run with it. But I disagree that he's playing worse than McCarthy did. McCarthy looked horrible, dude. At least Wentz is like making. I think that was probably Wentz's first truly bad play of this night. He's been getting sacked a bunch, and he's still made like 4 or 5 really nice throws tonight. Again, Mike, you're not listening to what I'm saying. If we're analyzing the 2 games that McCarthy played and we're analyzing how Wentz has played, I'm saying that Wentz has played better. I don't know what else I need. Like, I don't know how many other times I need to say. Of course, McCarthy is still their plan and their hope. Joe, you and I both know I'm a biased Panthers fan, not a biased Packers fan. Keep pounding, baby. That's a great shout out, Bob. Feels like UT with people calling for Manning to play over Ewers. So true. I'm guilty of that. Vidal bouncing it out. Dude, I don't even know what to say without coming off as an asshole, but god damn it, I told you. This kid can play. All of those days complaining to free Kamani Vidal. I have to have a half dozen tweets about this guy not getting an opportunity. It's now 2 out of 3 starts. He's got 100 yards. Again, he just broke 2.5 tackles on that play. I appreciate it, Wolfstein. I try my best. Yeah, exactly, Ty. The Chargers basically were forced into a corner and forced to play Kamani Vidal. They cut him. Well, not even just cutting him. They signed last year. You go back to last year's rookie year. They played J.K. Dobbins and all these other guys over him. Vidal played a little bit. He showed some flashes when he played, but he played a little bit. Then they signed Najee Harris. Then they draft Omarion Hampton. They cut Vidal. And then even after those 2 guys get hurt, before they even give Vidal a chance to start, they tried to trade for a running back and they struck out. And all Vidal does off the practice squad is rush for 300 yards in 3 weeks. Would I go to the NFL if offered? I wouldn't take like an entry level scouting job. No. I really like what I do. If it were more of a higher up position, like if one of my buddies ends up in a front office and they want me to be a little bit higher up and I could jump the ladder a little bit, I would. But that's probably pretty unrealistic. So probably not going to happen. I tried once upon a time when the channel was very small. I tried throwing some flyers out there. I met with some teams. The closest I ever got was I was told, we would love to interview you, except this year we are hiring one former player and we're hiring one minority. So you will not be getting an interview. And I said, all right, you're missing out. And you wonder why I have such hatred for former players getting handed jobs on the networks. Vidal again. Nice run. Has T-Mac lived up to my expectations? Thanks for the super chat, Jack, and for joining the That Franchise Guy membership. I wish I had more benefits for the members, but it's kind of like my benefits are on the Patreon. I wish there was a way to merge it, but at least you get a cool logo and your comments will get highlighted. Has T-Mac lived up to my expectations? On film, yes. 100%. The production I wish was a little bit more. I think, number one, he has drawn a lot of pass interferences this year that have actually been really big for the for the Panthers offense. Number two, it's been a rushing attack, so their volume isn't that big. Number three, they had some struggles as a team to start the season. So like the production's a little bit lower than I would want, but I wouldn't say he's like disappointed in terms of production either. I also feel like they could target him even more. I think largely T-Mac has lived up to the hype. Similar to like Matthew Golden, where it's like, you watch the tape, it's like, dude catches everything, he's getting open, it's been awesome after the catch, like both those guys, but it's like, they just haven't gotten the volume to like get all the headlines. Arlo, Max Brosmer garbage time masterclass incoming. Hey, if he gives TJ Hawkinson 6 freaking receiving yards, I'm not going to say I will buy a Max Brosmer jersey because that will cost about as much as I'll win for my underdog lineup. But I will think about buying a Max Brosmer jersey. Garrett says, would you take Carson Wentz or Scott Tolzien tonight? Again, I don't think Wentz has been as bad as chat's been saying tonight. I'm not trying to defend him that he had some great game or anything, but he's made some nice throws. He's been under constant pressure tonight. The pick was very ugly though. Can't take that away. I will give you that. Runs with feathers. T-Mac has had some drops. That's probably the one thing on tape that he's got to clean up. He has had. Couple balls that he should have had. Have I bought a Rodgers Steelers jersey yet? I have not. Don't plan to either. All right, it's still a 3-score game, guys. If the Vikes don't score on this drive, we will probably say adios. I do not like Trey Harris for fantasy this year, no. Opportunity's just not there. I think when Keenan's gone, Trey Harris could step up. Wolfenstein, the QB Tiers video comes out tomorrow. No spoilers. I'm going to make you wait and watch my video. I feel like there are a lot of quarterbacks on the move this year compared to recent seasons. All right, come on. Hawkinson's still out there. I need 6 yards. Six. That is a check down. He's open. Give it to him. Come on, Wentz. God. Just throw it to Hawkinson. He was wide open on the sticks. All right, Patrick, come on. I mean, at least we hit the Chargers spread. We got that. But come on. Hawkinson's flexed out. ISO on the right. Give it to him. Oh, he's done. That was it. Wentz. He sprayed it. This is killing me. We need them to convert this. Yeah, Wentz is holding the ball a long time. Like, I feel like Wentz gets, for me, I think he gets like a solid like C- for this game. I still think he made some big throws to keep drives going earlier. This is where my patience really gets tested. Do I watch for another drive and pray that Hawkinson's out there? I don't know, man. We'll hang around. We'll see if the Vikes can get the ball back quick or something. Igbuka or McMillan for Offensive Rookie of the Year? Neither. You know who the Offensive Rookie of the Year is. Come on now. Cam Scattaboo. or Oronde Gadsden. No, Igbuka, if he voted today, it would still be Igbuka, but he's banged up. Scadaboo's been so good. Igbuka's probably still the front runner, but we'll see if he can hold on. I could still see like, because it's pretty open right now. I could see like Hampton, Golden, Judkins, maybe Ginty, probably not Ginty with the Raiders disaster. We still have 2/3 of the season left. Absolutely, Avery. I was looking. I'm in 9 fantasy leagues. 7 of them are Dynasty. Yeah, 7 of them are Dynasty leagues. I have Kamani Vidal in 7 of my leagues. And one of them that I don't have him in is because someone claimed it's the regular season one. Someone claimed him on waivers. The other one is in one of my Patreon Dynasty leagues where a patron took him in like the 10th round of a Dynasty redraft. And I was like, look, I love Kamani Vidal, but I'm not taking him that early. Marchiato, thank you for the super chat. Luke Musgrave. That's a interesting shout out. Not a rookie. If that was meant to be a rookie shout out. Oh, also, by the way, it just hit me. How did we not mention Tyler Warren for Offensive Rookie of the Year? He should be the front runner. Oh, Eric said that in the chat. Yeah. You thought of it first, Eric. Yeah, dude, total oversight on the tight end position there. Tyler Warren should be the favorite for Tyler Warren. Could Vidal take carries from Hampton when he's back? I bet he doesn't. This team seems to fucking hate Kamani Vidal. Maybe this changes that, but I don't know. Hampton would need to struggle for that to happen. Well, Avery, thank you for asking it via Super Chat. I appreciate you. I feel like it's going to be like Hampton, and then they'll go back to like using Hassan Haskins as a goal line back, and Vidal is just going to disappear. I hope I'm wrong, but I've seen enough of this team like disrespecting Kamani Vidal that I don't have faith in them to trust him. How did Loveland go before Tyler Warren? Frickin' I almost said Todd Bowles. Who's the GM of the Bears? Isn't it Bowles? I'm going crazy. It's not Bowles. What's his frickin' last name? Help me out, chat. Oh, Poles. Ryan Poles. Thank you. Yeah, that's how that happened. All right, if I'm assuming we're gonna get another run field goal here for the Chargers. If Hawkinson is not out there, if the Chargers just go full backups here, I think we're gonna call it. But I need Brosmer to find Hawkinson. Ooh, Vidal to the Patriots would be spicy. All right. It's going to be true 2-minute warning nonsense. How about them Chiefs? This game does suck. It sucks less as a Chargers -3 better and someone that needs 6 yards from TJ Hawkinson for my underdog lineup tonight in garbage time. You traded Gibbs for Barkley, Rome, and Jennings. I mean, if your team was desperate for depth, I get it. Yeah, you needed depth badly. Yeah, that's the type of move you make when your team's down bad and you need other guys to play, but it's not that bad. I mean, I get it. It's just usually when you're on the 3-person side of a 3-for-1 trade, it's hard to feel great about it, but I've been in that spot where I'm like, I have one great player, but the rest of my team sucks and I just need more guys to play. I've been there. So, Jason, you're in the same spot as me. Let's go. Let's get some Hawkinson love. Tim, that is officially the point of the stream that we're at. Would you rather be a football-sized human or a human-sized football? That is officially where we're at with this game. I would rather be a football-sized human because I think that beats being a football. You traded Vidal, Pollard, and Kincaid for Aaron Jones, Drake May, and Jacoby Myers. I'm assuming that's a 1 QB league. I forgot what it's like to play in a 1 QB league. I made a hard rule for myself about 7 years ago. 7 years ago. That I will never play in a single quarterback league. Nothing drives me crazier than seeing the most important, fun to watch players in the league getting drafted in the last round and going undrafted. It never made any sense to me. It's like, oh, we can have 2 running backs starting, but no, can't start 2 quarterbacks. That's blasphemy. All right, let's see if Hawkinson takes the field. Otherwise, I think we're going to call it. It looks like I don't see Hawkinson. Yeah, he's not out there. All right, GG's chat. Fun stream. Thank everybody for tuning in. Of course, he throws it right to the tight end for 6 yards. It just happens to be the backup. Oh, well. We got plenty more content coming this week, guys. I'm going to try and do a Thursday Night Football plus mailbag podcast tomorrow. That's probably going to be a lot more mailbag than Thursday Night Football because there's less to break down from this game, and we were live for it. But we'll do some recap for this one. Patreon picks will be up probably on Saturday, and then the big one is the QB tiers video. Will be out tomorrow. Time to be determined. And then I also have the preview show with Garrett tomorrow. So lots of four pieces of content coming. Jack, Studs and Duds will start next week. That's all I've got. So